My name is Gary Ward. I was a Seaman 3, E3 as they call it. I saw two shows. One was a Aussie band, and when my mother was, when I was home with my mother growing up, she was from Lynchburg, Virginia. Well, she hated everybody. No long hairs, no different colors, no, she hated everybody. I go over there and these guys and girls are giving their life, no weapons, guitars, singing, for us. So I changed my outlook on life. I said, these people aren't bad. Yeah, they flew all the way over here and giving us a nice night, And then the other one, I got to see Bob Hope come in. He had the Gold Diggers at the time. I think they were on laughing. I think there was about 12 of them. And Joey Brown, of course, Martha Ray, and it isn't like you see Bob Hope on TV. He walks out and he looks at the captain. He says, "How did we get here?" We all just roared. He said, "That ain't the Bob Hope we know." But then they brought out Connie Stevens. I'll tell you what, I've been in love with her ever since 1969. Whew. She come out and we all waited for her to walk by. Of course, there were two Marines on each side of her and a row of Marines. And she walked by us and she waved and we're throwing her kisses, and I smelled her. And I'll stop the story there. But I've tried writing her, and she's like 90 years old now. Cricket Blake, she sung that song, Cookie Cookie, Let Me Your Comb, all that stuff. But she was, and the best person you'll never guess who got a standing ovation, and we all cried, Neil Armstrong. 1969, December, we were there, and he was on the moon in, when was it, September? Or
July.
July. He went to the moon in July. We all just stood up. We thought he was great. Of course, then Bob Hope, come out and said, "You guys have been here a long time. You got a better standing ovation than Connie Stevens." But anyway, it just got us up, for that 2 hours or whatever it was, And but there's still fire going on. There were 50,000 of us there, all the wounded up front and the ladies, we were back. But I hadn't eaten them for 2 days just to get a seat out there. They gave us 3 days off to go see them. And I had a headache that wouldn't quit. I used to get migraines back then. But yeah, for that 2 or 3 days it was great. And then when we got back to duty, I never wrote Kitty a letter for 2 weeks. 2 weeks. That's not like me. And she called the Red Cross. Red Cross wasn't over in Nam. They posed as the Red Cross, the bad guys, but they weren't over there. And she couldn't find me. She was going nuts for 2 weeks, especially Christmas time and this and that, And I finally sat down and wrote her, But it was like 3 weeks before she got a card, or a letter. And I kept them, page or something like that. I love you, I miss you, And she wrote back, a book or something like that, So worried about you, blah, 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 blah.